Hello, my name is Griff Roberts. I'm going to give a quick demo run through of the CKM1 app that we've developed for integrating into Opera, allow your salespeople remote access to the Opera system from the road, allow them to enter orders, view stock level, and give a general customer drill down as to what the company's got their clients in the Opera system. This is the application. When logging in for the first time, you'll be greeted with a username and password login. There's a default that we can use, a root and root for first login, and this will give us basic access to the system and the ability to activate it and get it up and running. First of all, you'll just be presented with the settings button. You hop into there, you'll see a small array of settings for you to put in. First, we'll point it to our test Opera system that we've got waiting for it. By default, it'll come with an external IP address on it that you can sync with, but that's just hooked up to a demo Opera system we've got here. Once you put your IP address in, you can hop into activation. Enable whichever modules that you require. We'll put it on as a demo mode, and let's report a date forward. So, activated as demo, you'll get a little pop-up. Demo key will appear in here. Then rolling back to login screen and logging back in, we'll be presented with a bunch of other buttons, the different modules that it gives us access to. Hop back into settings now. We've got a name, email address, and accounts email. This is a name that it will append to any emails that it tries to send out on your behalf, and the email address that you'll send out from. Accounts, we'll just go send that to ourselves. This is for when you send an order into the system, it'll pop up giving you the option to send an email across. It'll use the order contact email address for the customer, so you'll be sending them a notification that you've sent the order through, and to your accounts department or whoever you've got set up to look out for incoming documents. We're tied to an Opera user account, so I've got one set up for admin. Once you punch in the details, these will be what you've set up on the Opera system itself for the user. So when it's in, just hit setup user. If it's syncing okay, you'll get a little pop-up like this saying created the local user, and you can go to view users, just a little test. I'll pop down here just to let you know that you've pulled that user account. You'll also at the top of the screen have a full sync option. This will do a complete sync of the Opera system, pulling in any sales accounts that you've got flagged for the mobile enable, any stock codes that you've got flagged for mobile enable. At the bottom, you've got a section of other syncs that you can do here as well, and a quick check button just so you can see some stuff that's synced through. You want to do individual syncing of a separate module. Let's just do a full sync to get going. Right hand side, it'll give you a little progress status of the sync that's occurring. To give you letters and numbers, how far it's through the sales accounts, price lists and stock codes, and a little length that'll just change depending on the size of the data chunk that it's shifting at that point in time, just so you know something's going on that's actually doing its sync in the background. Play. When this is done, processing will flip to completed at the bottom, like so. And now we know that we can go back and we should be able to see some sales accounts in the sales ledger. We'll have some stock codes, and any images that you've attached to the stock items will display at the bottom here. You'll get a brief breakdown of the stock items, so its stock reference, its description, sales code applied, any categories it's in or discount groups, as well as its default sell price in the Opera system, how many you've got in stock, your free stock, and how many you've got incoming and outgoing for a projected stock figure. If you've got images hooked up, you'll get the little image at the bottom of the screen here. Here we can see this one's got a discount group on it. Into the sales ledger, you'll have a list of your accounts on the left hand side. be able to do a search for an account. That'll just drill down and just give you any accounts that are registered to your search. Just head into our default account. Here you've got the typical information you'd expect to see. Who your contact is, what their contact email address is, phone number, website, order contact and email, their address, postcode hooked into Google Maps. So clicking on anything blue will link you to an outside app. So clicking on the postcode will pop you to Google Maps, give you directions or an address. Clicking on the website will just jump you to their website. There'll be some basic account information down here. They're fairly self-explanatory. Their order balances, last time they were invoiced, last receipts, and any price lists that they might be associated with. As well as any regions and any sales memos that are on the system. Top of the screen, we've got a range of buttons. New order, which will let us go in and raise an order for the account. Orders, which will give you a list of any orders that are in the Opera system, flagged as an actual order in SOP, and a breakdown of what items might be on said order. It'll give you the basic header information, and then as you click through the items, it'll give you a quick breakdown of what quantity and what price that you put those items in. Invoices, your basic outstanding invoices screen for the system. So this will be any invoices yet to be paid. So your sales guy on the road will be able to look and see as he's heading you through the door, ooh, these guys have got a big chunk of invoices outstanding. Maybe while I'm here I should just drop a friendly reminder that they owe us some money. And this pulls in from the sales processing. So this will give you invoices that might have been raised by your accounts department, as well as any invoices that might have been raised in SOP, typically more by the sales team. You want to see the SOP details for any outstanding SOP invoices. You've got to drill down to those as a separate item. Similarly to the stock screens, top right hand corner, it'll give you a breakdown of the items that might be on that order. Back to our sales screen, we've got a document screen. So these are any documents that exist on the system. When an order is entered on the tablet and sent into Opera, it gets sent through as a document. So this is where you'd expect to see salesman on the road, puts an order in, fires it in, runs a quick sync for the account. This is where you'd expect to see that his document's been received by Opera, and this means that it's waiting for somebody at the office, typically move it from document to order, or get back to the sales guy and say, oh, actually there's a problem with that order. We have a refresh account button and a refresh orders button. We'll do a refresh account quick demo. At the moment, we've got a contact in as J Miller and an email address. So if we hop back to Opera, it's our SOP screen. If we head into sales and our financials, let's change our account contact from J Miller to me. That. We might decide that that's not the right telephone number. Real telephone number. That. Save that. And hopping back to the tablet. Doing a refresh account, we should see the email address, telephone number, contact and telephone number change. We'll get a quick pop-up to say that it's done. Now our contact number and our phone number is updated to reflect the Opera system. Refresh order or pull through a clean order list for that system. So let's put a new order in, run a refresh order so you can see them running through. On the order entry screen, you'll have a list of stock available on the left hand side. Clicking on the stock item will auto populate on the right hand side and take you to the quantity field, so you can just quickly drop in we're going to have however many of these. So 5 of those. We can put a customer reference in. Test order 18, and then we add line to save the order line for the order. Put a couple of items on those. And while we were on this screen, you do have a view image. So if you're on site with a customer trying to enter an order, you can just pick an item, view image, and it'll give you a quick stock image for that item. These depending on you having the stock images obviously set up in Opera. We've got an order in the system, so let's send it. Send order button. We'll get an alert saying that the order is received. If the tablet's set up for email, you'll get a pop-up with the email information we put in the settings screen, copying into the order contact. So that way you can just fire off a quick email saying order processed, you're expecting this. And it'll also, if you put in the account's email address, it'll CC them in, so you'll have somebody maybe back at head office who's looking at out for the documents and processing them through. We hop back quickly to our Opera system. We go back into our supply chain management. We should see our new order. There we are, our document's been pulled through. Hop in and edit it at this end if we want to. And it'll give us our list of whatever that we put onto the order. So that's through. We'll do a refresh order. We'll get a quick note up at the top right hand corner here telling us where it is on processing any orders. When it's done processing, similar to the settings screen, I'll just flip to completed, and we should see our orders appear in our documents screen. Into the documents, down the bottom, now we've got our test order. So at this point we know it's in Opera, its status is a document. We hop back to the Opera screen. We have our document, and you guys at the office will probably want to progress that through to an order if they've accepted it. So now this exists in Opera as an actual order. Moving back to our tablet, through to do another refresh orders. Now our order will move out of documents for us and into the orders section. And this will be where your sales guy on the road will know that his document's been cleared down, and yeah, somebody's got the order and is processing it back at the office. Now at the bottom of our list, we should see today's order as an actual order. Same deal as the other screens, we can do a quick view of the stock item themselves. And if we were to refresh account, our order balance at the bottom here will update as well. That should be a quick enough overview and a guide of the application itself. You've seen some quick syncs and processing in action with an order entry. Hope this has been informative. Thank you.